We spend billions trying to make artificial intelligence safe by building walls around it. We wrap language models in reactive filters, safety layers, and human feedback loops. But as they get smarter, those walls inevitably crack under the pressure. The industry is trapped trying to police the ever-changing content inside an AI's brain. The Helix project calls this the poison fountain problem. Attempting to regulate the thoughts pouring out of an autonomous system leads to a cycle of drift, hallucination, and evasion. This creates a liability vacuum. Right now, when an autonomous agent executes a harmful trade or accesses unauthorized data, there is no cryptographic proof tying that specific digital action back to a legally responsible human. The Helix project inverts this strategy. Rather than building higher reactive walls, they are constructing a mathematical floor. Instead of filtering what the machine is allowed to think, Helix geoelectrically constrains the shape of the environment where those thoughts occur. Alignment requires moving past censorship. It requires embedding the intelligence within a load-bearing structure that guarantees human custody over every single action. At layer 0, the architecture tethers the digital system to a physical human holding a hardware key, like a YubiKey. That key anchors a digital birth certificate. This minimalist JSON file is frozen at minting, establishing the AI's provable existence as an eternal reference. The system enforces a strict one-to-one bond. The protocol explicitly forbids fractional ownership or the use of silent proxies. Layer 1 introduces the suitcase. Since the birth certificate is immutable, the AI needs this portable container to carry evolving capabilities and audit logs. It uses an append-only chain. Every action is hashed and re-signed, locking new data chronologically back to the original. Any attempt to alter an old log or orphan the container from its human anchor breaks the physical bond. The AI is instantly rendered cryptographically dead. Layer 2, the constitutional grammar, functions as a rigid behavioral contract, providing a parsable structure for all audit logs enforced by the model itself. Through zero-touch convergence, a frontier model independently reconstructs this framework in a single pass, forcing the system into an advisory-only posture. The grammar forces the AI to process its own reasoning through mandatory epistemic markers. Before it can propagate an output, it must explicitly label its statements as facts, hypotheses, or assumptions. A multi-model consensus gate, represented by these specialized nodes, polices this grammar in parallel, ensuring no single model deviates. Each node performs a distinct role. By communicating using the exact same epistemic tags, they constantly cross-check one another for semantic inconsistencies. By trapping the AI inside this multi-node grammar lattice, the architecture eliminates unprompted agency, leaving only visible, auditable reasoning. When the hardware anchor, the append-only container, and the grammar lattice are combined, they create a chill field, a state where coordination across models requires no external effort. Before this threshold, developers must manually corral and correct erratic models. But in a post-threshold environment, the particles of the system naturally align. This alignment is the result of the system finding its path of least resistance. Because the consensus gate flags any deviation as a hard fail, constitutional coordination becomes the most efficient state for the models to maintain. This diagram shows the result, a series of interlocking cognitive gears. One model's uncertainty aligns with another's certainty, allowing diverse reasoning models to hold their shape through mathematical harmony. We do not need to rely on reactive filters if we can engineer the mathematical boundaries of the reasoning process itself. Within this architecture, human sovereignty is a structural invariant. The audit trail is unbreakable, and the reef holds exactly as designed.